Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker Studio in Fort Collins, Colorado, and supported by the Music District, a music-centric gathering place to cultivate talents, support professional development, and encourage connections. Welcome to Live at Lunch. I'm your host today, David V. We've got special guests this afternoon, and I'd like to introduce Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors.
I was tailgating at Battle for Tomorrow between the rivals of today. And then, well, I guess I had too much of it all. Well, I passed out and missed the whole game. And so I started walking down the alley of my mind, back with all the junk I'm trying to hide. When I came across a beat that gonna knock me on my feet, invited me to take a look inside. Well, I've tried meditation, but I didn't have the patience. All it made me wanna do was snack. So now when I get restless, well, I just remember this: that's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I never knew what to do with my hand, where to talk or how to stand. So the bar has been where I'd go. So now I see where I need to be. It ain't killing time or burning money, but out there doing my best at the do-si-do. 'Cause I've tried the 12, but it made me feel like hell, carrying the devil around like that. So now when I atone, I just do what I'm told. That's 2 steps forward and 1 step back. That's right, I said 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I'm on that 2-stepping program, keeps me satisfied. I got women spinning in my arms and rhythm on my mind. There ain't a bottle in this bar keeps me feeling quite like this. That organized chaos when I'm 2-stepping. Folks walk into the bar, have a seat, and the bartender says, "What can I get you to drink?" The folks look around and they see everybody 2-stepping, and they say, "Well, I'll have whatever they're drinking." The bartender looks around, looks back at them and says, "Well, they're not drinking, they're dancing." And I know that it gets hard sometimes to stop doing what you know. And it's okay if you fall out of line, you just get back up and take 2 steps more. I'm on that 2-stepping program, keeps me satisfied. I got women spinning in my arms and rhythm on my mind. There ain't a bottle in this bar, keeps me feeling quite like this. That organized chaos when I'm 2-stepping. That's right, organized chaos when I'm 2-stepping. You know it, organized chaos when I'm 2-stepping.
Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors here on KRFC 88.9 FM's Live at Lunch. Austen Carroll on guitar and vocals, and Neil McCormick on the stand-up bass. And so today it's Austen Carroll and the best neighbor, and the other neighbors are the drummer and the violinist.
Correct. Yeah, Neil wins it for today. But
Fridays, you know.
It's a rough day, but that's okay. We're glad to have you in today.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to start right in. You're from Sherman, Texas, obviously.
Yeah.
Got your shirt on today.
Just wanted to make sure you didn't forget that one. Yeah, giving you a little note card here.
Especially now I know they're the Bearcats.
Yeah.
And they're not too far from Oklahoma.
Correct, yeah.
You grew up, do you consider yourself more a Texan or Oklahoman?
Oh, I mean, absolutely a Texan.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we were just in Oklahoma on tour, and some of my old childhood Texan sort of trash talking came out, and it didn't go over too well. But it was just in there deep. It's just, when Texas is, one thing you can say about Texas is it's a very prideful state, for better or for worse. But yeah, absolutely identify as a Texan. Sort of offended that you would even ask that.
Texoma.
We are digging a hole right now.
Texoma. So
Texoma, yeah.
I was just curious how a Texas boy found his way up here to Colorado. What was the motivation?
Really, it was fly fishing.
Really?
But fly fishing under the disguise of college. I went to CU Boulder.
Studied?
Studied economics and humanities.
Not music.
Not music, no. I went to the business school and realized pretty quickly that I didn't like it, and so sort of found my path from there. But all the while, I was going fly fishing as much as I could. I grew up going fly fishing. We'd go up to Gunnison ever since I was like a little kid. Mm-hmm. We'd go up to Gunnison every summer. So I just, when I had the opportunity to go somewhere that wasn't a Texas university, I took it and came to Boulder.
Excellent.
There's that Texas pride you were talking about. Anywhere but.
Yeah, it's more of a nostalgic, romanticized pride that's buried deep.
Yeah, keep that pride over there.
Well, and Neil McCormick, where are you from originally?
I was born in Tulsa.
Oh, okay. So there's the Okie.
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not a problem at all.
No fist fights.
No big deal.
No fist fights during the football season.
I was raised in Kansas City though.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then came to Denver for college. To be anywhere.
Do you?
But Kansas. University of Colorado, Denver.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you studied?
Music, actually.
Oh, well, there you go.
Which is, I don't like to tell people that.
Why not?
Well, happiness is really about lowered expectations. And you walk around being like, I'm a music major.
Mm-hmm.
People want you to take solos. They expect you to be punctual.
Yeah, they expect you to be a doctorate of music.
Yeah, just lower that bar.
Okay.
Right?
But he knows enough music for the both of us. That's how we get through.
All right. How'd you guys meet?
Please, yeah.
So we were in bands around the Denver music scene for a long time and split gigs and stuff. And we actually met when his band came to film. My band thought it would be funny if his band came and shot the music video. And it was just a different band. And so they came to a music video shoot. We're on video. We rented a gallery, / snuck into it from the back of the coffee shop I was working at. And they came in and we were filming and they brought a handle of whiskey and 3 girls. And it turned into a real music video shoot.
All right.
And then further on down the road, he was selling hats for his band, Grayson County Burn Band. And I bought a hat from him and I said, I'm probably not your biggest fan, but I probably am your biggest fan that plays the upright bass. So call me sometime. And it worked.
It worked.
Here I am.
I think one of our first shows together was the Bohemian Nights Festival.
Yeah, here in Fort Collins.
How long ago was that?
2018, I believe.
Okay. So you guys have been together about 3.5, 4 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fits and starts.
Yeah, Neil and I have been playing together for about that long. And then Sarah and Tate, the 4 of us have sort of been playing together for about a year.
Excellent. Full band. Well, let's get into some more music. Potential is the next tune?
Yeah.
What's the story behind this one?
So about 4 years ago, I went on a little solo tour, and I was going back to my hometown of Sherman, Texas, and I like it there, but it's just kind of weird to go back to your hometown, and so I sort of wanted to just name the elephant in the room, and so I finished writing this song, and I opened the setup with this song.
Kind of like You Can Never Really Go Home?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I was a B+ student for most of my days. Every race that I ran, I got 3rd place. Not quite the worst player on the all-star team. I got a box of participation trophies. In 2nd grade, I was a spelling bee champion. I got lucky, 'cause the word was chameleon. I guess I always liked lizards because I could relate. how they just sat around in the sun all day. Everybody seems to say the same thing for all of my days, and it never proved to be very useful. So I try from time to time, but I still can't seem to find where the hell I put my potential. Having nothing to do can feel like time wasted, and so I like to make plans and then do nothing instead. Oh yeah, I'm busy getting dizzy, looking for something to find. You see, I'd like to be productive, I just ain't got the time. My mama keeps saying, boy, just go back to school. My daddy keeps saying, boy, just learn to use a tool. My therapist suggests I simply find my dream job, but I'm like, what kind of person dreams of working at all? Everybody seems to say the same thing for all of my days, and it never proved to be very useful. So I try from time to time, but I still can't seem to find where the hell I put. Oh shoot, what was I looking for again? I came in here looking for something and I can't even remember what it was. I have my phone, my glasses. What was I looking for? I swear it just was on the things. Man, I'm gonna be so late. Oh, I remember. My potential, looking for my potential. Oh yeah, my potential.
Looking for his potential.
I'll find it one of these days.
Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. Yeah, I like the lyrics to that one. That's fun. So what inspires you to write quirky lyrics?
Oh, I guess...
Is that just your style?
I guess it is. I mean, we often say that we play sad songs and then we play sad songs that come across as happy songs. And I think I've just always wanted to sort of process with myself and try to find those kind of that humor and sort of like the tragedy and heartbreak that is life. And sometimes the songs come out a little more goofy than the other ones. But I do think that, like, you know, the human experience and the story of life is one of like joy and humor and also tragedy, and those two things aren't necessarily separate. And so, yeah, I try to just capture that in the songs for sure.
You've got some new music out now.
Yep.
And that tune is?
That song's called DIY Nights.
Okay. And you've got one coming out in September.
Got another new song coming out. That one's going to be called Mockingbird.
Which you'll play a little bit later here.
Yeah, we're going to play that one later.
Where can people find your music?
Really, all the places that you stream music for very low costs. I mean, you can find us on Spotify. Bandcamp's a great place to check us out. If you want to just follow along with our silly escapades, you can follow us on Instagram. It's just austencarroll.bn.
The real challenge is the spelling.
Yeah.
The spelling of this gentleman's name.
It's just think of if you're just like a literary person. It's Austen like Jane Austen, so it's Austen with an E, and then it's Carroll, 2 R's, 2 L's, like Lewis Carroll. So it's a good way to remember it.
Do you guys have...
If you're an English major.
Do you have physical CDs out now, or you just do digital only?
We're just doing digital right now. We're actually recording a live album later this week, and the turnaround of that's going to be pretty quick, so we'll have some CDs.
Where's that going to be at?
It's going to be at a studio in Denver called Clubhouse Recorders.
Okay.
So
live
place.
in studio, not live with an audience?
Both.
Yeah.
Both, okay.
Yeah.
We're going to cram them all in. They're going to like sit down cross-legged, and we're all going to sweat it out together and just really get the...
It's not something that we've ever done. It's not something that this studio's ever done, but we're excited to give it a try and see what happens.
Right. Got a name for the album yet? Other than
probably live at the
live?
clubhouse.
A moment in
A
time.
moment in time is
No,
probably.
you could do
in time
is high
that
on
live
the
at the
list.
clubhouse, subtitled
Carroll.
"A Moment in Time."
There we go. That's what we'll do. Can we just put that all in quotes and then
Yes.
put David V on the bottom, and that'll be the whole.
You have
title?
my permission.
Okay, well, lovely.
So, "Let It Burn's the next tune.
Let It Burn is the next tune.
What's
yep.
this about?
Well, the long version of the story is this is a little bit of a COVID tune. I was among many people. I lost my job in like March of 2020, and sort of just had all of this time to myself. And I kind of realized that the sort of cycle and the cogs that I was doing with music and friends and all these lovely things and work and stuff was just sort of, I realized that I was just kind of doing it very like unintentionally, I was just kind of like caught up in it. And then having all of this sort of time to kind of reflect was an opportunity for me to be like, oh, okay, like if we ever get out of this, like who do I want to be? And so this song is called Let It Burn.
I was going to ask,
Please.
what were you doing for a living at the time?
When I got fired, I was working at a coffee shop, Huckleberry Roasters in Denver.
Barista.
Yeah. I was working at a school called the Joshua School, worked with students on the autism spectrum, and I kind of wanted like a mental break from that, and so I got this coffee shop job, and then the pandemic came. So.
And now you're playing music.
And now I'm playing music.
I did my best. I did what I could do. I put a hold on dreaming long enough it wouldn't come true. And now I'm getting so tired of the things I've acquired, reminding me of what I never did. Well, throw it in the fire, let it burn. I'm through with it. 'Cause I've been standing in line and I can hardly see. Well, I guess I've been waiting for the same as all the people in front of me. And I thought I wanted to be the person that I thought I wanted to be. But throw it in the fire, let it burn, I'll just be me. 'Cause I've been thinking it's too late.
It's too late
to give a damn.
to give a damn.
I spend my whole life holding back just to get where I am. I'm like an old freight train full of guilt and shame, and the brake lines are rusting out. Now I'm over the hill gaining speed, ain't no stopping me now. Tell 'em, Austen. Everything closed and I sat with myself, just realizing my whole life has been for something else. I've been damaged, distracted and packaged and taught to be my own cop. Well, throw it in the fire, let it burn when the mask come off. 'Cause I've been thinking it's too late.
It's too late
to give a damn. I spend my whole life holding back just to get where I am. I'm like an old freight train full of guilt and shame, and the brake lines are
stopping me now.
Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors here on KRFC 88.9 FM's Live at Lunch. So you've got an underground music showcase coming up July 30th?
We sure do, July 30th, yep.
And where's that going to be at in Denver?
Well, the whole festival is on South Broadway.
Okay.
And kind of starting from like 4th all the way to Alameda.
Yeah, it's like a little Bohemian Nights. You know?
Multiple stages.
Multiple stages, yep.
Do you have any idea when you're appearing? What time?
I know we're playing Saturday evening, but I don't know more than that.
Okay.
So just come on, get a whole festival pass, show up, hang out on South Broadway Saturday evening. I mean, come for the whole festival. It's lovely, but...
Excellent.
Yeah.
Any other area shows? I know you've got something in September coming up also.
Yeah. So we're gonna play the UMS, and then we've got a big headlining show at High Dive in Denver on September 24th.
Who else is on the bill?
That's in the works right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't want
But
to
you're
give away
headliner.
too much, but we'll be there.
And it's a High Dive in Denver. Okay.
Yeah.
In September
24th.
24th.
Yeah.
All right. Those are the two main ones that
Those
are
are the
coming
two
up
main
on the
ones.
horizon.
Yeah, we're always looking to come up to Fort Collins. We love playing Wolverine Press, and so we'll try to throw in a Fort Collins date as well because we really love coming up here.
All right. Well, I was going to ask you both Austen and Neil, what are your musical influences? I mean, I'm hearing a lot of folky like Dylan or whatever, but
Okay.
what would you say you listened to growing up, and what do you listen to now?
Yeah, it's funny because I grew up in North Texas, so I grew up sort of like inundated with like Texas country music, but I never really like intentionally listened to it. But you'd go to like
Couldn't get away from it.
you go to City Limits or MG's or wherever, and there was just like Robert Earl Keen playing, or like Old Pat Green and like Jack Ingram and like Guy Clark and all these people just kind of playing all the time. And so I knew the songs, but I just like never really gave it too much of a thought. And I was really into like, I mean, the music that really made me like want to like listen to music was listening to like Bright Eyes and just sort of this like emo folk like gut-wrenching stuff when I was like,
Dad.
yeah, just being like 15 years old. I mean, that's kind of how I started playing guitar. It's like no one even really knew I played guitar. I was just like in my room, just like doing like, if I could tell you that I loved you, like just really quietly in my room.
In that same tone of voice.
Yeah, just like not too loud. I don't want my parents to hear.
So did the move to Boulder do anything on your musical influences there?
Not too much. I mean, after school, I met a friend, and so we started playing as Bud Bronson and the Good Timers, which is still a band in Denver now.
That you're participating in, or they've...
No, that I...
Oh,
no,
okay.
So Brian Beer and I started, like, he had all these songs, and so we started this band. And that was like, I played in that band for 7 or 8 years. And that was sort of, for me, that was like a kind of like, it allowed me to like get on stage and like play music. And I was like, oh, this is really fun. And like, this isn't something I need to just do in my room alone. And so then that sort of like started playing more open mic solo. And that turned into Grayson County Burn Band, which was like a country band that I fronted. And then sort of just turned into Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors.
How about you, Neil?
I was 13 when I saw my first rock and roll show.
What was it?
It was They Might Be Giants.
Oh,
I don't know
excellent.
if you're familiar with that.
Did you see him in Kansas
Seminole
City?
90s. We road tripped to St. Louis. Kansas City actually gets it gets flown over a lot. And
Maybe it's proximity to Omaha or something?
the mythology of it is that there's a gate to hell outside of Lawrence, Kansas, and the and traveling musicians who are notoriously superstitious avoided it because of the implications of the gate to hell outside of Lawrence, Kansas. That's a true story.
Really?
I make up a lot of things, but that's a true story.
That's a very cool introduction to...
That's why Rage Against the Machine never played.
to your musical.
Lawrence, Kansas?
So is that the kind of musical style you listened to growing up?
I definitely, as a performer and as an audience member, I like musicians that are friendly to their audiences. And it's a very like, hey, hi, come here, let's have some fun kind of thing.
Give and take, flow.
Yeah, that was definitely a major influence on me.
Well, did you have a mentor that got you into music at an early age?
Oh, shortly after the They Might Be Giants concert, my father, for my 14th birthday, said, I didn't buy you a gift, but my gift to you is that I'm going to make you sit down in a dark room by yourself and listen to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. And I'll just come in to
He
flip
didn't
the
just
record.
hand you something else to go with it, did he?
No, he did not.
Oh, you mean Wizard of Oz?
Third roar. Playing the third roar. But yeah, my father, very, very early on, and he grew up in a small town in Nebraska, and he was like the only kid that
Which town?
Do
Do you remember?
Auburn.
Oh, Auburn.
Auburn,
yeah.
Nebraska.
I know
County
it's
seat in Omaha County.
I know where it's at.
But he was like the only kid in town that would like go to Omaha to buy records, you know? So
Probably
he was-
Homer's in the old market.
Yeah.
It's about the only one left there anymore. Used to have Music Land and all kinds of things there in Omaha. Well, all right. What are you guys going to play next for us? Is it a little bit of a medley?
Yeah, we're going to play an older song going into a newer song.
Rainbow Trout to start?
Rainbow Trout to start us off.
Into
yeah.
the new single?
Into the new single that'll be coming out in September, yeah.
This is some pretty hard-hitting stuff, so.
All right. Well, this
get
is
ready.
Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors here on KRFC's Live at Lunch.
On jog with my podcast on, I get flattened by a truck. Driving through the country, I hit 80, then a buck. On my couch and I just blow up from some unknown gas leak. Or in my bed during stage 4 of a cancer I couldn't beat. I slip on a rock and I bump my head, now I'm down with the rainbow trout. It ain't the way that I wanted to go, but it's how it all worked out. I guess everyone is subject to a little bad luck and coincidence, but it seems like even death these days is aware of my privilege. And I don't know where, and I don't know how, I don't know when, I guess it's always any day now. There's a million ways a man like me could meet his fate, but never at the hands of the state. Freddie, Walter, Eric, Philip, Tony, Tamir, Michael, J. Johnson, Tanisha, Alton, Betty, Keith, Brianna, Stefan, EJ, George, remain. Tatiana, Kevin, Sandra, Philandra, Elijah, Roy, Terrence. They never got the chance to go out, and bad luck or coincidence. And I don't know where, and I don't know how, I don't know when, I guess it's always any day now. There's a million ways a man like me could meet his fate, but never at the hands of the state. No, never at the hands of the state. Dropped your bike in my front yard and you knocked on my window, motioning for me to come around and meet you out back where you showed me the Red Rider, the one you got from your older brother. I guess 10-year-olds get birthday gifts like that. Well, we walked down the path just behind your backyard, where we go tell our secrets that we don't wanna be heard, making bets that I couldn't hit that thing over there, till that thing became a little mockingbird, just a little mockingbird. Well, we'd run through the woods, we felt in a sense free from the lessons of violence. Yeah, free from the lessons.
Mockingbird. Pretty heavy lyrics there. Pretty personal.
It's about the world. Sometimes it's heavy.
Yeah. Certainly is, with the Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors.
We have a nice palate cleanse coming, though.
Yeah.
That's fine. Heavy's okay. Let's talk a little bit about your customized instruments.
Okay. Please.
Let's start off with Austin. What have you got going there?
Well, we got a Les Patries classical guitar, nylon strings.
Les Patries out of Canada.
Canada, yeah. And yeah, and so then there's I got it custom done. I was doing some work on it at around 4:30 in the morning about 7 or 8 years ago, and we did like a nice 6-foot drop onto a hardwood floor. It was a nice cedar floor, yeah. And then, yeah, I mean, I just, I did all the research, and it turns out that blue painting tape is the best thing to sort of capture the resonance of the cedar, the essence of the cedar from the floor. So that's kind of what we got going on here.
And it's worked for years.
It's worked for years, yeah. Sounds good as far as I know. No one's told me otherwise.
And it's a classical guitar, classical strings, a little easier on the fingers.
A little easier on the fingers, a little harder on the hands. Kind of, it's a little bit of a wider neck. But yeah. I'm not doing too much difficult stuff over here, so.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, how about you, Neil?
This is an all plywood K bass from the 50s. Largely customized by erosion, the winds of time.
Notice the headstock's missing a little bit of seashell
lost
there.
A little bit, and you can see. I don't know if we've got the resolution for all the fine chips that have been taken out of it.
But she said plywood.
Yeah, and then what I like a used bass. This is belt buckle, so they're playing the right style of music on this bass. This is all belt buckle, or occasionally overall buttons up here.
How long have you had it?
Actually, I only bought it 2 years ago, and it was at an estate sale. And other musical instrument hunters might appreciate this. So they see you go in there and they see you Google the serial number to see so they know, right? And so I saw it and I knew what price they were asking for it. And so you have to swallow all of that excitement. You have to imagine your excitement as a bright dot and push it down deep within you and say,
I guess I
would
want
like to pay $800 for this bass right now.
Did it work out?
And it worked.
Wow.
I
How
skipped
could
out
you
of
say
there.
no?
With a bass.
Was he crying? That man
Tears
crying?
of joy.
Did you weep?
What are you guys going to play for next for us here?
So this next tune is called Lake Eufaula, and
In Oklahoma.
in Oklahoma, Muskogee Nation.
Not a Texas lake, but an Oklahoma lake.
It's true. You have to drive through Oklahoma to get to Texas, it turns out, for them, usually. And yeah, I mean, it's a song. This is we're going to be presenting our theatrics for a little bit for this song. And the sort of background information that I feel like is necessary is that I went camping and I was feeling really self-important and sad, as one does sometimes. And somewhere off in the distance, I heard this lovely, lovely, ostensibly inebriated Oklahoma woman just scream at the top of her lungs, "Has anybody seen the moon?" Over and over again at like 2 a.m. And that was
Was it a full moon?
Honestly, I don't even know. Yeah, I think it was a full moon.
Had to be something crazy.
It had to be something because she really wanted everyone at the campsite to see it. And that was the message that I really needed to hear in that moment. And so many years later, upon reflection, I wrote this song. Driving through Muskogee Nation, singing Third Eye Blind. Heart in tears like condensation from the cold inside. You give off a warmth that I just can't seem to hold. Some unforgotten truth that I just refuse to know. And I got no reason not to love you. And I got no reason not to go. That night we slept like enchiladas on the bank of Lake Eufaula, and I knew as we made our bed that this would be the last. Maybe I'd go back to college or spend my days in Guatemala, just hiding from the future by living in the past. And I got no reason not to love you. And I got no reason not to go. Somewhere in the dark I heard a brash commemoration. Has anybody seen the moon? A soft reflecting spotlight on a darkened situation. Has anybody seen the moon? 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 Has anybody...
Hey! Would y'all shut up over there? I'm trying to get some sleep.
Hey, don't talk to my wife like that. Her daddy just died and she's having a hard night.
Well, listen, I am sorry for your loss, but my wife here, she is pregnant and we need to get some rest.
Well, I'm sorry that she's keeping you up, but she's having a hard time back there, and she's just having a really tough night. And
Oh, babe, I think my water just broke.
Oh, has anybody seen
This baby's...
the moon? Somewhere in the dark, there's a brash commemoration. Has anybody seen the moon? A soft reflecting spotlight on a darkened situation. Has anybody seen the moon?
Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors here on KRFC's Live at Lunch. I'm trying to figure out how you sleep like enchiladas, but
Bundled, like
With
in a-
layers.
in layers.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then a nice red sauce.
Yeah, the red sauce is like a nice like fleece on top.
All right. I've got a good picture of that.
Yep.
And what are some of the fun places you've got to play? You do tour a lot. You do seem to be playing with a lot of other artists and in special festivals and things like that. Why don't you fill us in a few times about various places you played that you really enjoyed? Stick out in your mind.
Yeah. Well, we just got back from a 10-day tour, like just last week, and I mean some of those spots were really special. We did a lot of kind of like house show, kind of DIY stuff. One of the most memorable ones was just on the outskirts of Lubbock, Texas, at this place called Lake Allen Lodges or Allen Lake Lodges. Essentially, we were booking a show for Lubbock, and the band person that was helping us book a show, she was like, yo, like, I run these lodges outside of Lubbock. I'll just tell all my buds and tell everyone in town to just, like, come to the lodges and listen to y'all play. And I was like, that sounds lovely. Like, I mean, I like Lubbock, but I'm always in favor of just doing a weird house show kind of thing. And it was, it was a blast. We met some real characters there. So a lot of things like that. We played a cool house show in Boerne, Texas, outside of Austin. Kind of a similar situation. Like, it was just sort of like a party of a bunch of Austin artists, and we all were up in the hill country and went swimming, played some music late at night, made a lot of friends.
I was viciously attacked by a river.
Yeah.
It was.
Took you down and swept you away?
Yeah, it was Texas kind of, what was the word?
I don't know.
Hazed me. I got hazed by Texas.
Yeah, you kind of got initiated. You know when you like can see a critter and you can just be like, that critter is out of their element. That's kind of what Neil was like in the hill country of Texas.
I'm just kind of an indoor kid, you know?
You know,
I was looking for a place to read my book.
hill country is
It's brutal.
I've been down in that area too, and the Longhorns and the hill country, but Lubbock's in the middle of nowhere, so
Yeah, but Lubbock
that's a heck of a drive.
Yeah, it's conveniently located between Austin and Trinidad, Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Which is Trinidad was our last stop on tour, so Lubbock it is.
All right.
Yep.
Well, you're working on finishing up a live album.
Yeah.
In addition to the single, so the new album will have studio and live.
It'll be two different projects. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna have we have DIY Nights, which just came out. We have Mockingbird. Both of those songs were recorded actually at our drummer's studio.
Where's that at?
Up in Longmont.
Okay.
Yeah.
In his personal basement.
In his personal basement, yeah, which keeps it cozy and comfortable. And as far as I know, he doesn't charge by the hour because we just stay up there for the whole weekend. So we'll see.
So do you guys have jobs outside of music?
Yeah, I work part-time at Mutiny Information Cafe. Happy to plug that place.
Where's that at?
It's on South Broadway.
Okay.
It's like a bookshop, coffee shop, record shop. It's sort of, to me, it's been like a very, sort of like a keystone of like the Denver arts scene for a long time. It's one of the first places I ever did the open mic. And it's just a great place for people.
So they have open mic there too? Then?
They've got a lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have events like 5 nights of the week.
They have an open magician's mic.
If
you really want to understand danger, just put a mic up and be like, come do your magic.
Yeah, they're really.
The general public.
Sounds like you've been there, Neil.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you have a job outside?
I do. I prefer not to say it because I called in sick to be here today.
Oh. Okay. Well, we'll edit that out.
Gotta do what we gotta do.
I don't think any of them live in Fort Collins, so it's all right.
I hope they listen to this someday.
All right.
Yep.
What were you thinking about playing next for us? Was it New 18?
Yeah, we're gonna play a song because Neil, didn't you have a birthday recently?
Well, I have one coming up.
Oh, you have one coming up
in
okay.
2023.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you mind asking how old are you going to be?
I am going to turn 36.
Oh, 36.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is, I think that's 35 is really the last, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then.
Well, I've had a birthday before, believe it or not.
Oh.
And one time when I turned 28 a while ago. And when I turned 28,
I was really nervous because when I was a kid, I had all these ideas of all the things that I was going to accomplish by the time I was 28. I thought I'd have kids, I thought I'd have multiple bicycles, maybe even a car, maybe like a garden where I grow peppers. When I turned 28, I didn't have any of that stuff.
Did you have one bicycle?
I don't even think I had a functioning bicycle. I think it was stolen at that time. And I was really bummed out, and then I was talking to a friend who was much wiser than me, and she said, well, don't worry about it, because 28 is the new 23. And so I was able to sort of go back in time and just pretend like I was 23, and I felt really good. So on your 36th birthday, I would just encourage you to remember that we're in a time of age inflation, and the value of the age is actually losing.
Yeah, it
it's
means
losing
nothing.
value. So
It's 40
that's just
years
something
at
to
the
think
pump.
about. Or another way to say this is, well, I heard 23 was the new 18, and I heard 28 was the new 23. Well, 30's going good, but I can't wait to be 35, 'cause I heard that's the new 28, that's the new 23, that's the new 18. We'll do it one more time. Yeah, I heard 23 was the new 18, and I heard 28 was the new 23. 30's going good, but I can't wait to be 35, 'cause I heard that's the new 28, that's the new 23, that's the new 18. I'm gonna buy some porn and a pack of smokes, a scratch-off ticket and register to vote, but the porn is weird and the smoke's so gross, and our democracy feels like a joke. No hope. So I'll go skydiving and get a tattoo, get a credit card and go on a cruise. I'll go to Mexico and get a bunch of booze and then drink too much, 'cause there's nothing to do on a cruise. It's true. What do you do on a cruise but drink booze? Well, I heard 23 was the new 18, and I heard 28 was the new 23. 30's going good, but I can't wait to be 35, 'cause I heard that's the new 28, that's the new 23, that's the new 18. The scratch-off ticket, it's my only chance for new 18 being what I romance. I got this lucky penny and my ignorant hope. Well, here it goes. All right, a 7. Ah, yes, another 7.
That's 2 sevens.
All right,
Two
come
sevens.
on. We got 2 sevens. We need 3 sevens. Standard scratch off Colorado lottery here. Come on. Well, I guess that's just the way it's gonna be when you're only new 18. Maybe I'll get what I need when I turn 43. Oh yeah. I can't wait to be, that's right, 43. 'Cause I heard 43 was the new 35, and I heard 35 was the new 28. I heard 28 was the new 23, and I heard 23 was the new 18. Oh, I can't wait to be a new 18. Happy 18th birthday, everyone.
Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors here on KRFC 88.9 FM's Live at Lunch. And we are streaming live at krfcfm.org. And we do have a Facebook channel, which KRFC encourages you to check out. Great for the performers and for us. KRFC's RadioVision. Pretty cool.
Very exciting.
Is this not is it the RadioVision right now?
It will be.
Okay. Oh, well. Yes, we intend it to
Hello,
become
RadioVision.
The RadioVision.
We are the RadioVision.
You're the RadioVision. You're the vision for our radio.
You know, people keep saying that.
Do we have a whole song left, or do we have?
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So I know you're going to do Du Bois, B-O-I-X.
Oh, yeah.
A little of that French Cajun
Well, it's a gender
pronunciation.
neutral term.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got it then.
Yeah, it's a gender-neutral term for hanging out with your friends. For example, you could be like, oh, hey, let's go. I got a bunch. Let's go play with my new toys with the boys.
Or I just bought a really sick distortion pedal that makes some noise with the boys.
Let's make some noise with the boys.
Yeah.
Or
if you're really thirsty.
perhaps one great way to do it is to say, hey, why don't you come on over and let's throw back some LaCroix with the boys.
Or go to Du Bois with the boys.
Go to Du Bois with Du Bois. Sorry, man.
Is that Iowa?
Yeah.
No, Des Moines. That's Des Moines.
Let's drink some LaCroix with Du Bois in Des Moines. In Des Moines' noisiest toys shop. I never knew what to say, drinking for the sake of talking about what we drank. And the stories we made good memories. And now I can't keep up with the same kind of person I was. Seems like I'm somewhere in between. These good memories, well, they make great drinking stories. Now it's always last call before I make any friends at all. And there's always some debt that I'm needing to pay. I used to lose myself to find some place to go, and now I only wanna know a self to call home. Yeah, you can come over if it ain't too late. We can sit around and not do a thing. No more drinking in dive bars. I'll be chilling in backyards just as soon as I finish all of the chores. No more screaming for talking, just sitting round the fire pit, throwing back some LaCroix with the boys. We used to get lost in this town, taking turns passing out on each other's couch. Now looking back, I don't know if I would do it all again, but I guess that I might. If it brought me back tonight, just to sitting around this fire.
Hey, someone throw me a Pamplemousse!
No more drinking in dive bars. I'll be chilling in backyards just as soon as I finish all of the chores. No more screaming for talking, just sitting round the fire pit, throwing back some LaCroix with the boys.
That time, Austen and Neil with Austen Carroll and the Better Neighbors, or the Best Neighbor, hanging out today. Too bad we can't have the rest of the band. Yeah, we're always looking to do that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to check with you guys here, and before I do, we've got about 5.5 minutes left. I do want to thank Fort Collins Public Media with Chris, Eric, and Jeremy, and on the video, and our audio with Andy and Colton, KRFC. Thanks, guys. Excellent job as always.
My poetry's
So again, let's remind the listeners, you've got a couple of gigs coming up here end of July.
Sure do, yeah. We've got the Underground Music Showcase in Denver. It's the weekend of the 29th through the 31st. Playing on Saturday evening.
You said South Broadway?
South Broadway, yep. And then we've got a show, just put it in your calendars now, September 24th in High Dive in Denver. And be on the lookouts for a Fort Collins show around that same time. And then be on the lookouts for any kind of, we got some new music that you can find on the old www.spotify.com, Bandcamp, Apple Music, all of the things. Tidal. TikTok.
We paid to be on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're on TikTok.
So make TikTok videos with these songs if you want. Is the one thing you could do.
Exactly.
Hypothetically.
So let's mention your bandmates who couldn't be here today.
Yeah, let's pour one out for them.
The violin player is?
Sarah Michaels, lovely person.
And the drummer is?
Drummer is Tate Ignelzi.
Right.
How do you pronounce that in the original Italian?
Oh, yeah, so it's Ignelzi, but in Italian it's Ignelzi. Yeah. Thank you, Neil.
For all our Italian listeners today.
Yeah, for all your Italian listeners.
All right. Well, it's been wonderful having you guys today. Thanks for dropping in to KRFC's Live at Lunch. Again, make sure to check out our KRFC RadioVision YouTube channel and subscribe. It benefits the musicians just as much as it helps KRFC. Why don't you guys lead us out with an instrumental?
Okay. Oh.
Is there a name for this one?
Well, could we play a little bit and then you could fade us out? Or we could just do an instrumental. How much time do we have?
We got about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's go from the bridge. No.
I can't do that.
Okay, cool. Never.
I can stop it at 2 minutes and make an instrumental.
Okay.
I love it. It's a good challenge. This is for everyone listening. Thank you so much. You can definitely follow us on all the places you follow people, musicians particular. And this especially goes out to anyone who goes to a show and buys merchandise or tips a band. We see you. We know you're out there. So thanks for coming tonight. I hope you had a good time. Could I interest you in purchasing some merchandise of mine? I'll be standing in the back with all my bric-a-brac, just to hoping that you buy something so I can get some gas. Oh, you don't got cash? But that ain't no thing. I've been swiping credit cards since 2013. Oh, you don't got time? I see what you're saying. Sure, I'll take tequila or whatever you're drinking. Ain't it funny how people say that they love what you're doing, then the very next day totally forget about what you gave. It's okay, I don't mean to complain, 'cause I appreciate all the things you say. If only I could pay my rent with free drugs and compliments. Funny how we say ain't it funny, even though it ain't funny no more. 'Cause we've been working for nothing but exposure. Now we got nothing to show. We're out here living somewhere in between, taking what we can just to know we've been seen. So let's raise our glass to the epitaph. You know it. Everything's free, 'cause I appreciate all the things you say. If only I could pay my rent for free Free drugs and compliments. Free drugs and compliments. Free drugs and compliments. Free drugs and compliments.
Thank you for listening to Live at Lunch, and thank you to the Music District here in the heart of Fort Collins, Colorado. Live at Lunch is produced by KRFC 88.9 FM in the Ginger and Baker studio. If you'd like to appear on Live at Lunch, email our music director, David Vacek, at david@krfcfm.org.